These are no ordinary Audi models. The Audi E-Tron and plug-in hybrid models are infused with the same Audi DNA that has made them renowned for performance and innovation worldwide. In this video, we will look at the all-new electric Audi models coming in 2022 and later. 2022 Audi E-Tron. The 2022 Audi E-Tron is one of the most fantastic luxury electric SUVs. Fully packed with the comfort and maximum performance you'd expect from an Audi Q7, but powered by electrons rather than internal combustion. For 2021, the most significant improvement is an additional 18 miles of EV range for a total estimate of 222 miles. The Audi E-Tron is the electric SUV for you if you're seeking a car that feels genuinely premium. Its interior features a well-designed dashboard and doors, but the sides of the raised center console and the glove box lid are designed with cheap plastic that portrays cheap. However, the entry-level E-Tron has plenty of luxurious features, such as a leather interior and attractive ambient lighting. The soft Valcono leather, lighted E-Tron emblems in the door apertures, and a panoramic sunroof make the cabin feel light and airy as you move up the range. The E-Tron seems to lack the Tesla Model X's massive information screen in the center of the dashboard, unlike Audi when it comes to displaying space. Behind the steering wheel is a large infotainment display with two more in the dashboard's center and Audi's rear-facing cameras, replacing traditional door mirrors. These mirrors aid in improving their aerodynamics, but they also look fantastic. The E-Tron starts at a lower price of $65,900, and Audi adds a new Sportback version. 2022 Audi Q4 E-Tron. In comparison to Audi's previous EVs, the bigger E-Tron SUV has a range of 222 miles on the EPA cycle, while the E-Tron GT has a range of 238 miles, according to Audi. Audi positions the Q4 E-Tron with the proportions of a small SUV, the wheelbase of a midsize, and the interior space of a bigger vehicle. The size of the Q4 E-Tron is around 108.7 inches. This vehicle is not as rapid as the Audi Q5 SUV's gasoline engine. However, it's still swift compared to comparable gas-powered, compact premium crossovers. The base powertrain is known as the 40, and it features a single 201 horsepower electric motor with rear-wheel drive. The setup is clocked at 60 miles per hour in 7.6 seconds. The more powerful all-wheel drive Q4 E-Tron 50 and Q4 E-Tron Sportback 50 make 295 horsepower due to each axle's electric motor. The Q4 E-Tron design was exhibited as a 4-seater, but it'll seat 5. A 10.3-inch digital gauge display is standard. A head-up display with augmented reality may project information such as navigation, directions, or driver assistance alerts directly into the driver's line of vision. A wireless charging and Wi-Fi hotspot for compatible smartphones are also available. The 2022 Audi Q4 E-Tron will roll out into the market at a starting price of $45,000. 2022 Audi Q6 E-Tron. The E-Tron Q6 would be slightly larger than the Q5, just as the E-Tron for the Q4 is larger than the Q3. It promises an 800-volt electrical system and a driving range of around 300 miles on a single charge. The Q6 E-Tron will be built at Audi's Ingolstadt plant, which is now preparing to produce PPE-based vehicles as well as batteries. The Q6 E-Tron will sit between the incoming Q4 E-Tron and the larger E-Tron SUV. It hopes to be built on the same chassis as the all-electric Porsche Macan. The crossover is expected to take the aesthetic of the larger E-Tron and apply it to the smaller E-Tron. A wide grille, angular details, and thin headlamps characterize this car. When opposed to the Q5, this model is similarly created with a performance-oriented audience in mind. Its engine is expected to produce 700 horsepower and 750 pound-feet of torque, though those figures are yet to be confirmed. The styling will be similar to that of other Audi vehicles that have been produced at the same time, with 5-passenger seating anticipated. Audi's latest version of its in-car entertainment system, the Q6 E-Tron, has been included. A coupe-style Q6 Sportback E-Tron is also rumored to be in the works. The sleeker version of the Q6 E-Tron should arrive soon after the normal Q6 E-Tron. The Q6 E-Tron will be available in the market starting at $60,000. 2022 Audi E-Tron Sportback. This model will feature two electric motors, both deeply hidden beneath the E-Tron's wrinkled bodywork, one at the front axle and the other at the rear. They work together to offer electronic all-wheel drive, but the rear motor is in charge of most of the work. They produce a combined 355 horsepower and 414 pound-feet of torque in normal driving conditions. Putting the transmission in sport mode, on the other hand, unlocks 402 horsepower and 490 pound-feet of torque for a short time. The E-Tron impressed us with its speed and poise when driving. Its quick acceleration is typical of electric vehicles. The smooth and quiet ride validated its status as a premium vehicle. Its braking system skillfully combined traditional brakes with the required regenerative braking technology. The E-Tron has classic SUV traits, such as the capacity to tow up to 4,000 pounds. The ordinary E-Tron has 222 miles, while the Sportback variant has a range of 218 miles. Those who use a standard 240-volt outlet will be able to charge the E-Tron in roughly 9 hours. Two touchscreens control the infotainment system in every E-Tron, one on top and the other on the bottom, with a 10.1-inch display on top and an 8.8-inch unit below. The top screen gives access to the standard Apple CarPlay and Android Auto apps and the available Bang & Olufsen music system. In contrast, the lower screen is mainly utilized for climate management. The system includes a subscription-based Wi-Fi hotspot, an optional wireless smartphone, and many power outlets. The starting price for this vehicle is $66,995. 2022 Audi E-Tron GT. The standard E-Tron GT generates up to 522 horsepower, while the RS version generates 637 horsepower. This is due to the pair of electric motors that provide an electrified version of Audi's Quattro all-wheel drive system, with the help of its revolutionary two-speed gearbox, which includes a first gear for launches and a second top gear for optimal efficiency. The power is transferred into an exciting acceleration because of its sophisticated cooling mechanism. The battery pack can withstand multiple runs without showing signs of heat-related damage. Audi's sporty EV also avoids standard one-pedal driving in favor of a more natural feel. The E-Tron GT offers all-wheel steering, adjustable air suspension, and wheel widths ranging from 19 to 21 inches. We drove the RS version and were impressed by how smooth the ride was, how steady the handling was, and how customizable the regenerative braking settings were via the steering wheel paddles. The price for this model starts at $100,900. 2022 RS E-Tron GT. While the basic E-Tron GT has performance equivalent to an S7, the RS variant accelerates like an R8 supercar. Its twin electric motors provide 590 horsepower and 612 pound-feet of torque. The 0 to 60 mph time is 3.1 seconds, faster than the Porsche Taycan 4S, but slower than the turbo variant, and the highest speed is limited to 155 mph. The E-Tron also transmits power through a two-speed gearbox with a short first gear to optimize acceleration. The GT has a synthesized sound that can be adjusted based on speed and load. It's also increased in the dynamic setting. Like previous RS models, the E-Tron GT delivers power to a Quattro all-wheel drive system that can react 5 times faster than a traditional system. The RS E-Tron GT can go 232 miles on a single charge. While on a DC fast charger, the car can add 62 miles of range in 5 minutes, or go from 5% to 80% battery capacity in less than 23 minutes. Drivers will benefit from a 12.3-inch virtual cockpit display, while passengers will rely on a 10.1-inch MMI touchscreen infotainment system. The RS E-Tron GT is available at a starting price of $139,900. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out these videos shown on your screen right now.